Hey everyone, it's Nicky Case here. I am at the Mozilla office in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And that's awesome. I don't have any camera footage, so here's two foxes that I took a picture of with a Canadian flag. I'm not going to tell you why I'm here. Let's go see what's up and nothing to hide, because I have been really productive for the last few whenevers. And yeah, I've been mostly spending my time refactoring the code, making it more efficient, faster. Okay, it was running at 60 frames per second earlier, then I started recording. Trust me, fine. But what's more important is that I've made this game really easy to mod and edit, which is the awesome thing about open source. And I really want people to create their own stories and like worlds and puzzles and shenanigans using this thing. And I will show you the modability capabilities of all these things later. But for now, you can see a new animation for Poppy. This is her "I'm so fed up with your stuff" face. A monolith eye. Eyes twinkle, eyes follow you, they blink. But this, okay, I'm just stalling. This is the really cool part. You can now interact with the in-game walls. So I can put the wall cutscenes inside the walls. Yes. Yeah, so this lets me fit in more story into the game, telling these human stories of citizens in this dystopian world affected by the lack of privacy and autonomy and their own ability to self-express. And I'm just being too philosophical, and let's see the really cool part. This thing. This stuff right here is so cool. Yes. Yeah, this is like all real time. It's like doing all that. It's actually capturing the game's canvas and just reflecting it on there. So cool. But what's even cooler is that this was done in 20 lines of code. And that's how awesome I've made the modability capabilities of this. That just adding 20 lines of code, and actually like half of this is boilerplate. So this these 3 lines, the oh dang lines, is what's actually really happening here. I'm just filling a black rectangle and then drawing the game canvas over there. So that's awesome. Yeah, so, and let me show you what else you can do. Each level is its own little self-contained thing. So this is the intro level, and this is the map. Yes, that's the map. So now you can edit the map. I mean, yeah, you can just edit the map. It's just a text file. It is just a text file. The equal signs are screens. The hashtags. These things are just black portions. They're just blocks just there. Space is space for you to walk on. And oh yeah, also dots are carpets. This level doesn't have carpets yet, but now it does. So let's refresh this, and if the cache, yes, the cache refresh, okay, good. Yeah, this carpet there, and oh right, yeah, the screen recording, self-reflecting game canvas thing is still there. Yeah, the walls are there. It's awesome. That's how you can mod the map, and if you. And so there's many things you can mod: the map, the level, the art, and specific code. I showed you earlier, you could create this wall game self-recording thing in 20 lines of code. So that's the code part. Here's the map part. And what else you can do is, let me just undo this. Oh yeah, so the other thing you can do is a custom scripts for each level itself. So the level itself has its own little little custom game objects you can create. So previously you had hard-coded game objects, it had to be a specific type of II, had to be this specific player or conveyor belt. But this, the Freak Monolith, oh yeah, by the way, see, custom assets are self-contained. This comic that was here earlier, and the Freak Monolith. Let's check out the Freak Monolith. So the Freak Monolith, so here's the monolith file. It just inherits some properties from the normal monolith, and it just draws it all crazy style. So let me just change the first monolith into a freak, and if I go back and refresh it, yes, what a freaky little monolith. And the others are completely unaffected, and any other level I would have in this game would be completely unaffected, because that script is specific to that, just one level itself, which is awesome. And of course, you can edit the art as well. So I made I made this earlier. Okay, so that's a normal one, and I made this earlier where it's just the same monolith body, but with a top hat. So if I refresh this now, every monolith, including the freaky one, has a top hat. Oh yes, and look at this, an infinite number of top hat wearing black rectangle, Space Odyssey, smartphone-ish monolith things. Yes. So cool. Alright, yeah, that's how easy it is to mod these new levels and all that. Let me just undo that because that's really silly. And yeah, the other thing, yeah, it's just like so easy to mod, which not only is great for players and like, you know, people who really want to make their own stories and just want to like, you not only can you play with the game, you can play with the game. Yeah, and of course this makes it easier for me to do create new and awesome puzzle elements and new stories, so I can actually do this faster. Like while I was making this, like I wasn't like here's the thing about, you know, making, you know, any creative work is that once you start making it, you come up with like new ideas. Like at first I was just gonna have this like a way to, you know, present more story, but I realized I could have this as a puzzle element itself. Like, you know, pressing buttons is a common thing in any puzzle game, but like I could have you like press up against a wall and slide to like manipulate a slider, like you know, a normal like user interface slider, and that could control like doors opening or a conveyor belt moving back and forth. And of course buttons could like dispense new monolith IIs or other things. Yeah, so like the walls can be now part of the puzzle mechanic itself, and that's gonna really help the game and the story, so that's gonna be awesome. All right, one more thing, and well, hopefully it works. I'll have to do this recording again. I did this is my 5th take, by the way. This is my 5th take. Yeah, let's see if this works, because this is it's something I'm experimenting with like right now, and like I'm not sure if I'm gonna like have it in the end because it is kind of slow. But what this does, if it works, is that well, why don't I show you? It makes the CCTV cameras all gray and pixelated like an actual CCTV camera would be like. And yes, this is all real time. It's using like WebGL, so that's a pixelated eye. And like even that gets like pixelated and grayed out. And if you don't want to pixelate it, or if I don't want to well, you know, whatever party is interested in it being pixelated or not, yeah, I can make it like that, and it's like grayscale, but you know, it's running at, well, actually it's running at the same slow frame rate. It's always been throughout this entire recording because recording sucks up a lot of energy. So yeah, that was really easy to, I need to fix that. But like, see, wow, like even Poppy gets grayscaled over here. That's awesome. I need to fix that. But if that wasn't a bug, that would be awesome. And you know what? It's not a bug. It's a feature now. That is how game development works. So yeah, again, the alpha comes out October 1st, 10/10/01. What a binary date. And yeah, I think I'm making good progress. Oh, one more thing to close out with some like really big news. Ignore all the horrible. Come on, don't embarrass me now, me. I'm presenting a public domain game event in collaboration with Creative Commons and the EFF on September 9th in San Francisco. And yeah, we're going to be showing off games from the Public Domain Jam, which I also co-hosted and sponsored. It was a game hackathon for public domain, for games to make things about public domain and also be put into the public domain. So the speakers include Parker Higgins and, you know, the CEO of Creative Commons, Anne Button, and me. If you wonder what I look like, that's what I look like when I'm being silly, like a little goofball. So yeah, holy crap, I'm going to be presenting, yes, things from the Public Domain Jam and Nothing to Hide and my other public domain games in San Francisco. Public domain for the win. Yeah, things are doing really, really well for Nothing to Hide, and I am excited to see what else comes next. Say hi to the foxes and say bye to these foxes. Bye-bye.